The University of Washington is one of the oldest public universities on the West Coast, and today it's also one of the greenest. A flagship university with thriving campuses in Seattle, Tacoma, and Bothell, the UW is a global leader in environmental research, education, and practice. Let's visit Seattle and get a glimpse of some of the exciting things they're doing.
For 150 years, the UW has been the intellectual cornerstone for what has become one of the most productive and progressive cultures in history. With companies like Boeing, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Amazon.com as neighbors, the UW sits in the epicenter of innovation and entrepreneurialism. And at the UW and throughout the Northwest, a shared spirit of discovery leads to greater knowledge and better answers, where the best and the brightest are working to meet the biggest and most important challenges of this generation.
Seattle is one of the greenest cities and Washington one of the most geographically diverse states in the country. We're surrounded by stunning mountains, rainforests, farmland, and the ocean, and stewarding the environment is just part of our DNA. We have been the home to the strongest constellation of environmental and intellectual talent in the world, and our on-campus efforts have resulted in numerous awards and a top sustainability ranking.
The oceans cover nearly 70% of our planet. Their dynamic behavior drives many of the ecosystems essential to our quality of life on Earth. But the oceans are complex, difficult to study, and largely unexplored. Researchers at the University of Washington are helping to change that, with funding from the U.S. National Science Foundation's Oceans Observatories initiative. The university is developing a cabled underwater facility that will enable researchers to detect, follow, and even forecast changes in the oceans. This bold new approach utilizes fiber optic cable and state-of-the-art instruments permanently installed in the Northeast Pacific Ocean. The cable will carry continuous streams of near real-time data via the internet to shore-based scientists, policymakers, students, and the public.
One of the problems we have today in oceanography is that there are many events that take place and we simply aren't there in order to capture them. This new capability that we will have with the Ocean Observatory Initiative, particularly the regional scale nodes component, will be robots and sensor packages that are moving continuously through the ocean or stationed in the ocean, collecting data in real time. That allows us to detect and respond to major events that we can then track and measure the energetics, the chemistry, the biological consequences. It's very, very powerful. It's next generation oceanography in a nutshell.
From deep-sea volcanoes to giant storms, the Oceans Observatories initiative will allow all of us to view the ocean environment in ways we never imagined.
Above and below the surface of the Earth, our students and faculty are working to find less polluting and more efficient means of energy generation, utilization, and storage. One team is looking at whether ocean and pond life can be a source of environmentally friendly fuels. One type of algae might produce oil for motor vehicles, another might be useful for home heating, yet another might be just right for powering an airliner across the Pacific Ocean. And others might be useful for consumable products, such as omega-3 fatty acids that make fish oil dietary supplements so popular.
Researchers in chemistry and engineering are also looking at ways to harness the sun's energy through creating flexible organic solar cells. After all, solar energy is safe and limitless. And if we're successful in developing an affordable, accessible form of capturing solar energy, it will be a benefit to not only the environment, but to the economy and society as a whole. And doctoral students in engineering and forest resources, some of whom are Native American, are partnering with Native American tribes to develop sustainable resources for energy production by researching potential bioenergy projects tailored to forests and Northwest tribal lands. The goal is to create economic benefits for the tribe, a cleaner environment through green power, and fewer uncontrolled forest fires as logging debris is removed.
These are just a few of the many ways that we're working to sustain and improve the environment. We're very serious about our own campus's sustainability practices, and we've been nationally recognized for our efforts to reduce our carbon footprint. Many of these efforts were conceived and led by our very active student groups.
Recently, UW students dedicated part of their student fees to create the Campus Sustainability Fund that will support student-run projects, increase the university's sustainability, and reduce its environmental impact.
The student group Green Coalition facilitates collaboration among the multiple student organizations involved in protecting the environment. Students expressing environmental dedication, or SEED, initiated a campus recycling program, the installation of front-of-house compost bins in the dining facilities, a student-run pea patch garden, and a light bulb exchange program with Seattle Public Utilities.
We're all concerned about the world that our children will inherit, but few places on earth offer more spectacular and constant reminders of just how much we have to lose than here in Seattle. So it's only natural that the UW has taken a global leadership role in sustainability. And that's why we recently created a College of the Environment, to build on the already extensive educational offerings and research involving the environment. This new college will leverage our vast capabilities in our research and understanding of our planet, predicting how it will change, and developing methods and solutions to sustain and steward and improve the environment.
Every day, it seems, we're facing new environmental challenges, from climate change to oil spills to fuel shortages. Clearly, we need to understand more about our environment and the impact we're having on it. With over 600 faculty and staff, more than 70 research labs, and 20 different degree programs, the University of Washington's College of the Environment is truly engaged with the world. We do research on every continent and in every ocean. We're shaping the next generation of environmental leaders. These are people that are going to think differently and act more responsibly and be better prepared for a world that gets smaller every day.
The University of Washington is at the forefront of bringing new ideas, new approaches, and new ways to live and work green to the table. So it's easy to see why the UW is high on the list of almost every ranking of America's greenest colleges and universities. Their broad range of expertise is driving research, creating new knowledge, and fostering strategic partnerships that can better preserve and even improve our natural and created environments.
To learn more about the University of Washington and its sustainability programs and initiatives, log on to uw.edu.